Okay, so something happened also in the cocoa area, and a number of issues came up. Let's do it this way. We quickly listen to Kaisel Ato Forcing on, accusing sector minister of renovating his house with cocoa farmers' money. The minister is actually asking for Parliament to summon the agric minister. The former minister is asking for Parliament to summon the agric minister to appear before them to explain why about 1 million Ghana cedis is being taken from cocoa money to fund the renovation of his residence. Well, let's listen to him and also listen to the chairman of Parliament's Agric Committee. He confirms that Cocoa Board is renovating a bungalow at Ridge for the Agric Minister, Dr. Akoto Owusu Efriye. So let's listen to the two and come back to the studio.
To whether they are not building an office behind NTAC building at Ridge for the CEO's comfort, for him to come and live there as his official residence.
No,
let him say.
No, which is which?
Yes.
Is it the minister's residence, as
official
your statement
residence
says?
Yes.
Or is the CEO's?
It's the minister's residence.
Okay.
It's the minister's residence.
Okay.
So the minister responsible for food and agriculture is going to live there. Initially, they told us we heard that it's going to cost 300,000 Ghana cedis. Now, we are saying on authority that it costs over 1 million. And we are asking them to come and inform Ghanaians that at the time that they are claiming that they cannot increase the cocoa farmers' price, they are living lavishly. We also know that going forward, they are no longer having board meetings at Cocoa Board. They are now having board meetings at the most expensive hotel in Accra. In fact, Peduasa Resort. That's where they have their board meetings. We know. We know that.
So your point is that there is wasteful expenditure?
Wasteful expenditure. Look at what is happening. You see, look at what is happening. I mean, Cocoa Board headquarters, their budget or their expenditure has increased by 63% within 2 years. Cocoa Marketing Company, the expenditure has increased by 68.2% within 2 years. Quality Control Department, the expenditure has increased by 62.6% within 2 years. In fact, Crop Financing, the expenditure has increased by 318% within 2 years. Wasteful expenditure. All of this amount to what we are seeing at the farmers, and the farmer is not getting the money because of somebody's lifestyle.
Let me go back to the issue of the building.
Yes.
Is it a renovation? Is it a new building that has been built? Where is the evidence?
It was an existing building. It was an existing building.
An existing Cocoa Board.
An existing Cocoa Board building. The minister is going to live there, so he asks that they break some part of it and rebuild it, and that is what is going on. We can go and show you.
But if it's a Cocoa Board building,
yes,
they have a lot of property.
They should point to us.
Once in a while,
I'm telling you on authority, and that is why I ask you. Put it to the minister responsible for food and agriculture and let him deny. If he denies, he can't go and live there. Go and ask him.
Maybe they don't know the chemistry, how Cocoa Board operates. Cocoa Board has board, they have board, okay? And the board is responsible in providing the management direction. I've investigated this. I believe the housing or the house that they are discussing was approved by the board, not only the ministries where I'm not sure if the ministers move into that.
So it is true that the Cocoa Board is renovating the house for the minister?
They are not. Listen, it's a general renovation that they do. General renovation.
So we requested for that?
No, he's a supervising minister, okay? Like if I'm a minister for Western Housing, and affordable housing, okay, houses that the minister is putting up. And they say, minister, and I say, oh, I need a place to stay because there are no other houses for me. They say, oh, you can use one of our houses. You can move into one of our affordable houses. Is it a crime? My point is, it is not like the minister says, build a $1 million or 1 million cedi house for me to go and stay in. It's a general house, and he decided to take one of the houses.
It's a general thing by
approved by the board, Cocoa Board, and the manager is implementing the decision by the board. one house is around. The minister said, okay, I want to move in.
Right. So you heard Atu Forcing, former minister, and now he also is part of that committee in Parliament where, you know, the agric subcommittee of Parliament. And then you also heard Kwame Asafo-Adjei, who is chairman of Parliament's agric committee. He belongs to the majority and seemed to confirm that there was actually a renovation going on, but he says that it's a general renovation and the minister simply, you know, asked to have a place, and they are offering him one of those houses, of the cocoa board houses that they are renovating. The strange development, however, is that Kennedy Osei-Nyarko, who's a deputy minister for agric, was debunking completely that there was any such renovation going on, and the minister was interested in any such building. So that's what has brought us to a discussion at this point. So quickly, let me start with Nana Oye. The matter came up because the minority is saying that cocoa price per bag should be 682 instead of 475, which the government is maintaining. And you heard him suggest that we need to prop up the lifestyle of a minister. That is why we are not giving the cocoa farmers the increase that they need in the cocoa price.
Yeah, this is very worrying. I mean, it's very unfortunate. We heard what Honorable Atu Forcing said about the 1 million, and then we also heard the chairperson of the Agri Committee of Parliament confirming. And it is very regrettable that within the agric and cocoa sector, where we have dwindling fortunes of the cocoa farmer, we look at the cocoa industry, the fundamentals. When you look at the data, you find out that agric's contribution...
Just a quick one. The Deputy Minister, Kennedy Osei-Nyarko, is on the line. Thank you, Honourable, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, Samson. How are you doing?
I'm good by grace. Thanks for asking. Now, how do we reconcile this particular situation where your chairman, who ought to know a lot, seemed to confirm the claim not as to the figure and the process by Atu Forcing, and you give a complete contradiction, a flat denial?
Well, Samson, thank you very much, and I'm most grateful to have the opportunity to speak on your platform. Well, I have listened to the chairman. I will just start with the chairman. I've listened to the chairman. But it's quite unfortunate that what the chairman said is being twisted or misinterpreted, because I listened to the chairman carefully. And he was giving a rhetorical answer to a question that was asked, whether it was true that Cocoa Board is renovating the property for the minister. And he said, if Cocoa Board is doing so, what is wrong with that? If he is a minister in charge of that sector, and Cocoa Board is renovating properties and he says he won one, what is wrong with that? So let me put that one aside.
Okay. Let
me go to what Atu Forcing said. I can speak on authority that what my colleague or my friend Atu Forcing said is palpable lies. It's false. It's untrue that a property is being built or put up at rate for the minister. As we speak now, the minister lives in his own house at East Legon. I have been in charge of cocoa, deputy minister responsible for cocoa for a year now. That's a major request. I mean, we are not in let's say, I mean, this is a proper, I mean, when you are in the public sector, you have to patronize. So if you come and put out such an accusation, and you don't back it with any evidence, you just come and, I never knew that a minister can just wake up one day and go and tell the cocoa board and go and build a house or go and renovate a house for me, and cocoa board will just go and do it. I mean, this is very sad and very unfortunate. I was of the view, and I was thinking that the minority would rather ask government, where is government going to get that 1.3, 1.4 billion money that government has to look for to pump, to give it to cocoa board in order to cushion the cocoa farmer to maintain the price of the 7,600 or a bag of cocoa at 475.
Okay.
That was what I was expecting.
Right. On the bungalow issue, because we have agreed to be very brief with this, I want you to clarify this for me. Your position is that the Honorable Kwame Asafo-Adjei's comments or his interview is not a confirmation that Cocoa Board is renovating a bungalow at rate for Akoto say?
Cocoa Board
Akoto Free, sorry.
Activities, Cocoa Board, as part of the activities for year 2017-18, plan to renovate several of their properties, including some at rate. I never knew that it was crime for Cocoa Board as an institution to set aside a budget to renovate their properties.
Okay, and the renovation is going on, right?
There are several renovations that are going on, but I can tell you on authority that they are not renovating any property for the minister. And if the minister needs a place to reside, he is a minister. It is the responsibility of government to provide the minister a place to stay.
Why do you think that Kwame Asafo-Adjei did not issue a categorical denial like you have done over the period? Because again, the minority suggests to us that at the level of the committee, this matter came up and a figure was bandied about as the amount to be used to do the renovation for the minister. Something.
This is how, and I've stated it, every correspondence, every communication between my ministry and Cocoa Board passes through my office before, even if it's from Cocoa Board, passes through my office before it gets to my minister.
Okay.
If it is from my minister's office to Cocoa Board, I am being copied. There's a file there. And I've been in office all this while. There haven't been any request on that nature. And as I'm saying, even if Cocoa Board has come to before the committee and make a request, if they are coming to seek an approval for their budgetary allocation, and they come there and they say, oh, it's within their budget, they want to do a renovation.
All right.
And I've stated it earlier on that Kwame Asafo-Adjei was not confirming anything. He was just, it was a rhetorical answer, response to what the journalist, your journalist asked him, that whether Cocoa Board is putting up or renovating such a property for the minister. And he said yes.
Yes, you are right. You are right that he posed a rhetorical question.
Yeah.
Because we all heard him. He asked the question, if such a renovation was going there and you are the minister and you are interested and you ask, to be given one, what was wrong with it? But don't you think that that feeds into a confirmation of what the former minister has said?
And I'm saying that it is never true.
Okay.
That the minister has requested for any property. The minister will not need that property for anything, because if the minister wants a property, it is government that is going to provide that accommodation for the minister. And
the claims should be treated with contempt. That's what you're saying.
Yes, I can state on authority, because I have not cited any documentation. I have not cited any correspondence or communicate. By my minister to Cocoa Board, or Cocoa Board responding to my minister that maybe you have made a request. If the minority has such an evidence, to provide it.
All right. So we will get back to Keselato Forcing to provide the proof.
Yes.
Like they say in law, he who averts must prove. So we'll go to him and seek the proof. Thank you.
So that Ghanaians will know.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. Kennedy Osei-Nyarko is a deputy agric minister. Okay, so you, after hearing him, are you tempted to believe that the former minister was engaged in speculation and what he says is lie?
Definitely not. It is that deputy minister whom you just interviewed,
Kennedy Osei-Nyarko,
Honorable Kennedy, who is telling palpable lies.
Where's your proof?
My proof. He was on City FM on the 4th of October, and he made certain statements that NPP, during the NPP time, they've seen the highest cocoa production as compared to NDC. That is such a white lie. I've looked at data on cocoa production from 1999 to 2017, issued by the Ministry of Agric. The highest was during NDC time for the 2010-2011 crop season, 1.012839 million tons, metric tons. For NPP, the highest was in the 2005-2006 crop season, and it was 740,458 metric tons. And if you look at the data, you realize that there's never been such an occasion where it was high. In the 2016 and 2017 crop year, it was 96900 or so metric tons.
So, but we are talking about a specific issue.
Yes.
Of an allegation that a bungalow is being renovated.
And I'm saying we cannot even rely
on.
We cannot rely on what the deputy minister is saying, because he has told lies on a national radio city. He's told lies. He also said that during the NDC time, the NDC was only able to produce 690,000 metric tons of cocoa. He did not indicate which period. And like I said, I've looked from 1999 to 2017. There's no such figure.
You're saying
there is no, so
you're saying
you
that
cannot
it is
trust
okay for a former minister of a ranking position in Parliament to make claims, and he should be allowed not to supply proof for those claims. Because he's saying there's no single document.
Honorable Atuforsen made the claims. He was very emphatic. There was a clip of the particular house, and we all saw that it was being renovated. We all saw on TV. What other evidence do you need? Not only that, it was corroborated by the parliamentary committee chair, an MPP member of parliament.
Would you say that was a corroboration?
That was a corroboration. We heard him very clearly. That was a corroboration. You would even agree. So don't look with surprise.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this briefly. Let's do this. Let's listen to Kwame Asafo-Adjei again. Let's listen to Kwame Asafo-Adjei, the chairman of the Agric Committee in Parliament. Let's listen to what he told Joseph Opoku-Gakpo.
Maybe they don't know the chemistry, how Cocoa Board operates. Cocoa Board has board. They have board, okay? And the board is responsible in providing the management direction. I've investigated this. I believe the house or the house that they are discussing was approved by the board, not only the ministries where I'm not sure if the minister has moved into that.
So it is true that the Cocoa Board is renovating the house for the minister?
They are not, listen. It's a general renovation that they do. General renovation.
So we requested for that?
No, he's a supervising minister, okay? Like if I'm a minister for Works and Housing, and affordable housing, okay, houses that the minister is putting up, and they say, minister, and I say, oh, I need a place to stay, because there are no other houses for me. They say, oh, you can use one of our houses. You can move into one of our affordable houses. Is it a crime? My point is, it is not like the minister says, build a $1 million or 1 million cedi house for me to go and stay in. It's a general house, and he decided to take one of the houses.
It's a general thing by
approved by the board, Cocoa Board. And the manager is implementing the decision by the board. One house is around, the minister said, okay, I want to move in.
Okay, Professor Jampo, you are a political scientist. You have not been known to be on NDC or MPP ticket. At least we may say that because she belongs to the NDC, will have a difficulty in saying what the NDC minister, former minister, said is not correct or is not true. What did you hear Asafo say? That the agric minister, there's a house being renovated for him or not? What did you hear?
I think he said there is a general renovation and the agric minister asked for one and the board approved, and so it's going to be renovated for him. So that's what I heard.
So can you be blunt? Between him and the minister who spoke to us a while ago, who is peddling lies?
Well, I don't know. Somebody said
be truthful.
Somebody said X.
Apply logic.
Another person also said Y. Maybe let us subject all of them to chemical interrogation.
Okay, I like that.
Thank you. Now, let's come to Japan, Minister. Is that how you want to do? Yeah, hold on. Please hold on.
That's a good one.
You have practiced law for how long?
15 years.
15 years. Mm-hmm. I wish I was there. I'm just getting to 10.
Oh, it's only a matter of time.
Now get to this. You do cross-examination in courts, right?
Absolutely.
If you had Asafo say what he said on the back of what Kesela Forcing had said, as a lawyer and even as a judge, what would be your finding of fact, whether or not the minister had requested for a renovated house or not? Or a house will be renovated for him or not?
Well, I would say it would sound to me that the minister had requested for a house.
Okay, so is that what we should believe now or believe the deputy minister?
Well, I'm not in the position to confirm because now there's an issue of what Mr. Atuforsen is alleged to have said or said on tape, what the chairman of the agric committee.
Check what? You've been candid and honest about how you approach this.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, from that perspective, the people who are listening to you, I just want you to try and nail it. Which of the stories will you go with? Atuforsen or the deputy minister?
I would need further clarity on that.
In the absence of further clarity, which of them will you go with?
In the absence of further clarity, I would go with Atuforsen.
Okay.
Safe to say that, you see, the deputy minister said emphatically that he is responsible for cocoa.
Right.
And every paper work or documentation that goes in between the ministry and cocoa board passes through his office.
And nothing like that
and
has
that
come up.
No such request has come up. Because I understand that the issue of the housing or the renovation of that particular house did not even come up at the committee. In fact, the ranking member posed the question, but the chairman of the committee, overruled him because that was not the issue over which Cocoa Board had appeared before the committee. So it will surprise me, to believe the chairman of the committee to be making an emphatic statement regarding the request by the minister and the actual allocation.
Right. Now take a breather there.
Sure.
Nana, hold on. And I get to quick. I want us to do this brief thing, which all of you have done so far. Then we come to ask a question about why there should be questions about if indeed a house is being renovated for the minister. What is the point? Yes, Kweku. So who do you believe? Whose report do you believe?
Honestly, the chairman of the committee, his communication was problematic, internally incoherent. The deputy minister was emphatic, but if I balance the two, I think that the deputy minister has a huge challenge in terms of credibility relative to this issue.
Okay.
That's my candidate.
So can we now answer the question, why this should be a problem? Kuku.
Ordinarily, it shouldn't be if Cocoa Board, and that's one missing link. I don't know about Cocoa Board. Have they spoken? I don't know.
We don't know yet.
That's a missing link. But ordinarily, our bungalows, public bungalows, state bungalows, sometimes we don't maintain them. They deteriorate over a period. and maintenance then becomes very expensive. So I have nothing in principle against a very programmed maintenance culture or rehabilitation of some of these outfits, you know, but because of the politics we are playing with cocoa producer price, the contest, there's an attempt to play on the keyboards of cocoa farmers' emotions. It didn't start today. The NLM that we talk about in history, that's how they began.
Okay.
Cocoa price politics.
Okay.
And it can have a potential of destabilizing not the country as such, but the cocoa industry. So I'm very, very careful about this. But I think we should get now the chairman has become a problematic matter. Otherwise, his committee ought to probe this. But people will raise issues of credibility, being the chairman and the minister also saying this. Maybe there should be...
No, why should there be a probe? You have just spoken about questioning of the fact that there should be nothing wrong with doing this for the minister.
So why don't you just come out and say, this is the situation? I would have gone for anybody who comes and said, yes, Cocoa Board has to maintain these outfits. It's important that it does so. And in the process, we allocate to people. These human beings who must live in there.
All right.
But if this deficit, it doesn't help anybody. What are you hiding?
See, you know, Samson.
So we need the truth.
I mean,
that's all.
Response to your direct question, that really is my position. But, you know, like Kweku said, is the politicking. The suggestion by my very good friend Ato Forson is that in the midst of the relatively low producer prices that the Ghana Cocoa Board is paying to the farmers,
475 per bag
for the season.
Per bag, instead of what he says, the minority claim ought to be 682.
You see, that figure itself is extremely problematic.
Explain.
Because you see, I have looked at the computation that they put here. They just took the loan amount that Parliament approved, 1.3 billion, and divided it by the 940,000 tons that Ghana Cocoa Board is expected to purchase for the year, and said that that is the price that ought to go to the farmer. How is that possible? What has the FOB price of cocoa on the market got to do with the loan amount that I contract to purchase cocoa for a year? What is the relationship? So they're suggesting that because you borrowed 1.3,
what is the price?
Is your figure.
Look, what is the price? What is the price? Wait, what is the price that the government has announced is being maintained? What is the price?
It's the 475.
So why are they wrong?
You see, the 475 relates to the FOB price of cocoa on the market, not the 1.8 billion that was borrowed last year to purchase cocoa.
Okay.
You understand the point? What they are suggesting is that if you borrow 100 Ghana cedis, say, to purchase mangoes on the market, regardless of the fact that mango cost 80 or 2 pesos per piece, divide the 100 cedis by the 2 pesos per piece and pay them the 2 pesos per piece per mango on the market. How?
That is so false.
Are your figures, Samson?
That is so false. It is unbelievable.
Wait, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to him right now. I'm coming to you after him.
Cocoa Board rate. Okay. Value amount at 4.5 per rate is the 8.9 billion that they get. They multiply this by the 1.3 billion that Cocoa Board is borrowing.
Okay. So for our audience who are not interested in all the technical stuff, what is the price per bag of cocoa as announced by the government, and are you saying it will change?
Well, as we speak, we all know that the price per cocoa on the market, or the producer price that was announced, is based on the FOB price that government has projected is going to be applicable during the year. You recall that in times past, when the estimated FOB price increases, farmers are paid a bonus. However, if it doesn't increase, then it is the projected price that is paid across the year. So that is the price that government has projected to pay based on the existing or the prevailing FOB price of 2000 and
why can it not get to the near 700 Ghana cedis that the NDC speaks about?
Because the near 700 cedis that the
682. There's a difference. So let's be more accurate. 682. That is what NDC is saying. Yes.
Is a direct division of 1.3 billion equivalent at the Bank of Ghana rate, giving them a certain amount, and then they added a premium of some 88 for the 2017-18 financial.
Okay, we have run out of time. Let's have Nanoye.
No, it's important that we.
Yeah, you've done that. Let's have Nanoye quickly.
Yeah, basically, what I'm saying is that the NDC press statement on the cocoa price was very clear, and the NDC gave explanation on why, in their view, the price should be 682 and not 475. And one component was the interest rate component, that there was a miscalculation. The second was the premium, that the premium on the cocoa being sold was between $350 and $500, and the value over the year was 1.something million, which value MPP had failed to put onto the price. They're talking about a low wealth price. That is neither here nor there. So what NDC is saying is that the realistic, accurate pricing should be 682, and that cocoa farmers and Ghana are being shortchanged by MPP. And we have a situation where over the past 2 years, the institutions, the government institutions managing the cocoa industry have increased their expenditure by an average of 60%. You go and get money, 1 million to renovate one bungalow. And what happens to that cocoa farmer? That money, that expenditure you are spending on cocoa board and all that could go into increasing the bag per price, so that at the end of the day, the livelihood of the cocoa farmer is better. The livelihood, the well-being, the money goes to the cocoa farmer. And if you look at the data, you realize that the growth rate for cocoa water is dwindling. The contribution of cocoa to GDP, dwindling. Agric, dwindling. And we are not doing much. What is the MPP vision? I'm reading from the October 2017 data from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. There is data from the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. And actually, between 2017 and 2018, the tonnage has actually dropped from 969 for 2016-2017 to 903. So it's dropped by 66,000 tons under MPP. Gross incompetence. Gross incompetence. Amazing. And this is the bane of our economy.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. And this issue continues to be a big issue. I understand also for the free SHS politics that is going on. I understand also a very big matter. So we return, God willing, next week to deal with the free SHS matter, and our guests may come with further and better particulars on the cocoa pricing issues, so that we can assist our audiences to clearly appreciate all of these matters. Thank you very much.
Get those who understand it.
All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Don't understand.
All right. So this is what Kweku will normally do. If there's an issue which requires some specialist intervention, he would prefer that he sits back and we have those people come in. So that's an advice he's giving to the production team. Thank you very much. Abdul Malik Kweku Bako, Editor-in-Chief of the New Crusading Guide newspaper. Nana Oyeleta is human rights lawyer and former Minister, Gender, Children and Social Protection. Andrew Ejapa-Mensah is MP, 2nd D, Vice Chair, Privileges Committee and Member, Communications Committee of Parliament. He's a lawyer. Ransford Jampo is Associate Professor of Political Science and Director, Center for European Studies, University of Ghana. We spoke to Kennedy Osenyako, MP for Achim Swedro, and Deputy Minister of Agric in charge of perennial crops. And thank you very much for your time. I'm Samson Ladia Nyanini. My outfit, as always, is by Latida.